So guys, welcome to that 1870s Homestead here with Rachel and Todd, and we are going to do a different take this week on What's for Dinner. And we're going to just say it's What's for Dinner Freeze Dryer Edition.
It is. We are going to be, we've freeze dried a lot of things over the years. We've had this thing for about a year and a half, 2 years now, I think.
2 years probably.
We've done a lot of ingredients. We've done peppers, banana peppers, blueberries, onions,
you name it.
Lots of stuff,
Yeah.
even ice cream sandwiches, but we've never done like a whole
meal.
We've never made like spaghetti or goulash or something and freeze dried it as a meal so that it's something quick and ready to go.
Right.
That's what we're going to do today. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. In fact, about a year and a half ago, I think, I bought some mylar bags that are called meal pouch bags. And they are designed just like the Mountain House pouches. So the bottom is gusseted. You can heat seal the top, and then there's a Ziploc seal. Yeah. So you can open it, pour in your hot water, seal it so it steams and warms back up and turns back into edible food.
Yeah. So we're going to take you guys upstairs and show you what we're planning on freeze drying for our first meal.
Yep.
Looks good.
Thank you very much. Zatarans? Zatarans jambalaya in a box, and we always add a little bit of extra stuff to it. We always add onions, green peppers, red peppers if we have them. We didn't really have any this time, and garlic and Tony's.
Yep, and then sometimes it's chicken with sausage, but I think this time you just did sausage.
No chicken this time. The pot was too full.
So there's two things that Todd cooks that he only knows how to cook for a crowd, oddly. And that is when he makes jambalaya and when he makes pasta.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually huge pots, and it's just the two of us now, but he doesn't know how to cook anything less than that. So he knew the next time you made jambalaya, you wanted to freeze dry. Try freeze drying it for the first time.
Exactly, because I knew I had those meal pouches, and you were asking me earlier, like, why I kind of wanted to do this. And I think it's just having that simple, quick, easy meal to take out on a boat with us, take on kayaking trips, take up to the cabin, basically where you can have an entire meal just by having some hot water. Mm-hmm. You know, get yourself one of those little cooker things. You can heat up water really easy.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good first try meal pouch.
Yeah.
And you add Tony's to it?
I did. I put Tony's in the meat usually when I cook the meat. That way the meat
soaks it in.
Kind of extra spicy. Mm-hmm. The sausage we used was andouille sausage this time. There's a brand that I like better than the one that I got, but it was out of stock, so we just went with
Would you buy Dearborn?
Eckrich or something.
Oh, Eckrich.
Yeah.
But you like the Dearborn?
I like the Dearborn
Yeah.
one. The Dearborn one's really good. So.
Yes. Delicious. So now we'll save some out for leftovers, but get some of these, a couple trays of freeze drying going, and
probably some for dinner for tomorrow, and then the rest will go in the freeze dryer. I'll take you guys downstairs. We'll get it loaded in, and then stick around to the end, because once this is done freeze drying, we'll put it in one of those little pouches and we'll try to rehydrate it and see how it works. I'm kind of nervous because I don't know how much water. But I
think there's a trick to it, right? You weigh it before you put it in the freeze dryer, then after the freeze dryer you weigh it, and that tells you the difference in ratio.
Right.
That's the trick. So we just need to remember to do that step.
Oh, that sounds way complicated. Because if you weigh the whole tray, yeah, it's going to be hard. We'll figure it out. I think we'll just guess.
Well, we got the Harvest Right cookbook, and it has all those tips in it.
Does it?
Yes. So we'll study the Harvest Right cookbook tonight and see if we get some ideas.
We'll meet you guys down in the basement after we have our dinner.
See you guys later.
It's all done. It did not take a super long amount of time, maybe 29 hours, I think. It finished at like 8 o'clock this morning, and we were working today, so I just kicked it on and ran it for just like another 6 hours on top of it. As you can see, it's all nice and dry.
Super dry.
Super, super dry.
Get your bags.
Get the bags out.
Smells spicy.
It did. This batch turned out extra spicy for some reason. I think because I put Tony's in it, like I normally do, and then I second guessed myself and I put more.
Okay. I got it pretty well broken up.
So we're trying to learn how these bags work. They are gusseted on the bottom so they can be flat. We don't know if we should put in 2 cups or 3 cups.
I really feel like 2 cups.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
So this one already has 2?
2. But it's not open.
But it's not open?
But I don't think it's supposed to be when you first use it. Do you think so?
I don't know.
I mean, 2 cups barely. You're not going to zip it without it being open.
Yeah. How much are those Mountain House things?
I don't know. Like $8? I don't know.
$8? $10?
Yeah.
A bag? I don't know.
We used to camp a lot when the kids were young. This would have been handy to have back then. Wait, one more.
Oh, that'll be the one we eat then.
Okay.
Crimp the end sealed. So when we go to use it, you can tear right across here, open it, put in your hot water, seal it back up so that it can steam, and that'll be a nice meal. And we'll write on it once we figure out how much water to put in and what's actually in here.
So we referenced Harvest Right just released a cookbook, and it's amazing, but some things it kind of leaves you to judgment, having not weighed this before. So because we forgot to weigh it, we don't really know how much water was taken out. For rice, they say to desired consistency. So we're gonna go in with, we have 2 cups, a little bit more of our jambalaya, and we're gonna go in with 1.5 cups or so of water and see how that works. We're gonna zip up the pouch, let it sit for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll fluff it with a fork and see if it doesn't need any more. I wonder if we should tip it or
sure.
no.
It's been about 5 minutes or so, maybe 6. Feels kind of like soup.
Oh no, really?
Oh no, it looks great. No, it is a little bit runny. Yeah, just a little bit runny. So here, let me try to get a forkful out. So yeah, a little bit runny, but totally okay. I mean, you could maybe a cup and a
quarter instead of a cup.
Quarter, yeah, probably would be about right. Let's see if that, really hot. These bags are like super insulated. Runny, a little bit like soup, like I said. And the sausage is still just a little bit hard. So letting it sit for a little while longer. The rice isn't hard at all. That's what I was worried about the most. Maybe 1 cup of water. But I think it was a success. Other than experimenting with the water, I think we did good. And I'm excited to have these in our storage. We ended up with 8 bags in total. We kept 1 aside to do our test. I'll probably just put this in the fridge and have this for lunch tomorrow because it's almost 8 o'clock at night. I'm not gonna sit down and eat all this. So we'll have 7 of these that we can take to the cabin, take out on our boat, take on kayak trips, and have a nice meal. So thanks for coming along on our adventures of freeze drying. This was a fun one. I wanna do some more like this. Maybe some like spaghetti pasta, goulash, different things like that, because these things are handy. If I can find the link to where I got these little bags, because these are really nice, I will put that down in the description for you guys. We'll see you on the next video.